Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, I'll be showing you guys the secret hidden cheat codes in Halo 2. Now, these are technically always in the game, but I'm pretty sure they're disabled on MCC. But, in the Halo 2 mod tools, the official mod tools released by 343, there is a special tag test build of Halo 2, which is what people use to test their mods before compiling them for MCC. Well, the tag test build is essentially Halo 2 Vista, like a special version of it, or some variant of it, that's, used for testing tags and other stuff in their mods. But within this tag test build is a cheat menu, or a debug menu, that contains a bunch of cheat codes in it. And let's just take a look at all the cheat codes. So the first one is called Deathless Players. So with Deathless Player, it is exactly as the name would imply, in that you, the player, cannot die. And in fact, you won't even take any damage at all. I forgot what it was like in Halo 3. I think in Halo 3, your shields might have taken damage, but not your health. I don't quite recall, but either way, in Halo 2, it's gonna be pretty much the same for like all the Halo games. But Halo 2 doesn't seem to have as many cheats as Halo 3 did. If you missed that video, then you can find it on my channel. But yeah, Deathless Player just basically can't die no matter what. Next up, we have infinite ammo, which, as its name would imply, you have infinite ammo. Now, you may start to notice that some of these cheats are actually used as skulls on Halo 2 for MCC, and that's actually true. Some of the cheats do end up being used as skulls. So with infinite ammo, as you can see, you just never run out of ammo. You do have to reload, but you have basically infinite ammo at each time you reload. Which brings us to our next cheat, which is Bottomless Clip. Bottomless Clip is similar to infinite ammo. You technically never run out of ammo, but in addition to never running out of ammo, you also never have to reload. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe there's a similar effect in MCC when you enable the Scarab Skull and the Bandana Skull. I believe it does become Bottomless Clip, which might be using the same cheat actually. But yeah, that's Bottomless Clip for you. Next up, we have a fun one, which is Bump Posession. And if you've used cheats before in Halo 1, or if you saw my video on the Halo 3 cheats, then you should know what this one does. But basically, Bump Posession, it just lets you take control of any character that you bump into, or basically you possess them. It separates you from your player body, or Master Chief in this case, and you just take control of any AI. And this works on any character at all, be it Covenant, Marines. It even works on bosses. If you get to a boss fight with this cheat on, you could actually just take over the bosses. You could play as the Prophet of Regret, you could play as Tartarus. A lot of fun stuff you could do with this cheat. Next up, we have the Jetpack cheat. You may not recognize the name Jetpack for this cheat, but you'll recognize what the cheat is once I start using it. So there you go. Jetpack cheat lets you fly around, and it is essentially what literally is the Acrophobia skull. The Acrophobia skull is just the jetpack cheat turned into an official skull. So once again, like I said, a lot of these cheats do actually end up being used as official skulls on MCC. And in this case, the controls are the exact same as what you would expect with the Acrophobia skull. This next one's another really fun one. It's the Medusa skull. Not skull, cheat. And it's basically the same as it was in Halo 1, and I guess Halo 3 as well. But basically, Medusa makes it that whenever enemies become aware of you, it doesn't have to be like a line of sight. In Halo 1, it was described as like when enemies see you, they die instantly. But it doesn't have to be line of sight. It's just whenever enemies become aware of your existence, then they just drop dead instantly. It doesn't matter like if they're in a vehicle or not, they just drop dead. And it affects any AI, even like ones in like Phantoms. In Phantoms, the driver just dies and then the Phantom crashes. And yeah, just as soon as they become aware of you. It's actually kind of interesting because you can use this to see like at what range or at what distance an AI actually notices you. Because from a distance, it may seem like they're heading towards you, but they're not actually. Not for like a little bit. Now this next one is active camo, and it just simply activates active camo for whichever player you're playing as. If you're using bump position at the same time, I think it might also activate active camo for that character as well. I actually did not test that, but yeah, that's basically all it does. And there's no way to manually turn it off either. It just stays on until it runs out. Next up, again, another fun one here. This cheat doesn't actually have a name. I think it's just drop objects or drop items, but it just just lets you drop any item in the game, be it weapons, vehicles, or even like actual bipeds. So let's here's a couple. I'm just gonna speed this up real quick, just show you a few examples. So we got vehicles, we got like weapons, and I spawned the Prophet of Truth there. And here I spawned the Gravemind on this mission, Metropolis. And then here we have another vehicle, Banshee, and I spawned a Flood Juggernaut as well. Anything in the entire game is available to you in the tag test build. Although on MCC, if you're modding MCC, you may notice that sometimes certain objects, certain vehicles, certain things are only available on certain missions. But with this tag test build, everything is available to you on any mission. Now this next one is another fun one as well. This one, you just press the backspace button, and you could toggle between first person, third person, or the fly cam. And the fly cam lets you just fly around and just, you know, explore, look around. And third person, well, obviously it puts you in third person mode. And yeah, these are all basically just fun modes that you can use to just explore or play in like a different perspective, stuff like that. So for this last cheat we'll be taking a look at, technically it's not under the cheat menu on this menu, but it's under the game section of the menu. But it could be used as a cheat, and I think in some trainers that you can use for other games, including Halo games, increasing and decreasing game speed is considered a cheat in those, so that's what I'll be considering as in this video as well. But basically it just lets you increase the speed of the game to up to 5 times speed, or it could also decrease the speed and put it into like slow motion as you're playing. But either way, whichever direction you go, it just, can make for an interesting playthrough. But yeah, that's how it works. And of course at super high speeds it is really hard to control things sometimes, and of course at super slow speeds, well, obviously it makes the game really slow. But yeah, so there you guys have it. Those are all the hidden built-in secret cheat codes of Halo 2, at least on a tag test build, that are available to us. Hopefully you guys found this video to be interesting, and if you did enjoy it, then as always, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments, let me know if there's anything else for me to take a look at, or look into for any Halo game, or any game in general. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!